Shoemaker, and I'm a retired chief of police. Was a police chief in both Denton, Texas, and in Grand Junction, Colorado. But most of my career, 33 years in total, were in the state capital of Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri. I've transitioned from that policing career into the private sector. I currently work for Peregrine Technologies, a company based in San Francisco, California. And I'm also one of the founding board members of a nonprofit called The Curve with renowned author and speaker Simon Sinek. Today, I'm helping on a panel to talk about that transition after policing. And as many of my colleagues know, that's a tough thing sometimes. It's very difficult to leave a profession that you're so passionate about, especially after decades of service. And as a good friend of mine said the other day, when we hand in our badge and we hand in our vest and we hand in our gun, what we also hand in sometimes is part of our identity. It's who we are. And that's very powerful to us. And there aren't a lot of professions like that. And so with that comes a feeling of being lost sometimes, of not knowing where you're gonna go, what your place is, and that familiarity, that feeling comfortable with something and that you're leading something that's noble and just for so long is difficult for us to accept. And as we talk about that today, the things we'll discuss specifically will be topics of how to make that transition successfully and how to prepare yourself more importantly. The thing we don't talk about so much, even though we've been so much better in this space about wellness, is we don't talk about chief wellness. And that's an area we're really missing quite a bit because we're on an island as a police chief and you can't talk to your deputy chiefs, your assistant chiefs, certainly your mayor or city administrator. That just doesn't happen because there are unique problems to the position. So once you take that role, you are truly on an island. And once you leave that island, it can be very disconcerting. So having the space to be able to deal with that in appropriate ways and having things to look forward to after the profession. You can still give to the profession, but you also can look back on that profession with pride and say that you've accomplished something and you've made a difference. And that's one of the best things possible. Being in policing is so much more, especially when I joined back in the very early 90s. We were hiring people for certain things that might not necessarily be as relevant today. What we look for today when we hire new members to our agencies are great communicators, strategic thinkers, people that are able to consider a multitude of potential approaches to problem solving and then pick the best possible thing. When you get up to the chief's level, certainly, or any level on the command staff, but particularly at the chief's level, you have those skills, you've done the work. You have done all these things that have made you successful. So there are so many opportunities as you look back on your career to focus on what you've accomplished and then take that to a private sector job, to a nonprofit, or something else that you still can really contribute with. And sometimes we don't realize that because in policing, one thing that we like to do is downplay the things that we've done, the accomplishments, because we've just done it for the team, we've done it, it's the typical story. But there are individual things that we've made a difference in someone's life, whether it's been somebody within the department, whether it's been somebody that you've served in the community, generally both, and a multitude of both. But take those things away, and as we step away, there are so many other things that we can give to. We're not finished yet. We just have to realize it. It's the relationships here. It's all about the relationships, and I've been so fortunate. I've had so many mentors and so many people that have helped me along my IACP journey. I've been going to IACP since 2007. That was my first conference, and I was lucky to be elected to positions within the IACP, and I've met so many great people. I'm very thankful for that. Those relationships have continued and they've been built upon, and for that I'm so grateful because every person that I've had the opportunity to get to know has given me something else that I can take away and use within my own professional career and in my personal life, and I'm thankful for those friendships. And I would say for people that come to IACP, walk away with those networking opportunities and follow up and be the absolute best we can be for this profession.